To earn and maintain health safety qualified status, a company that sends workers to customers at their home must follow these health safety rules. Doing so will help prevent the spread of infectious diseases. As manager or owner of your company, you are responsible for learning these requirements, acquiring an inventory of safety equipment and supplies, and training your workers to effectively use them. Follow health safety qualified requirements and best practices to keep coworkers and customers as safe as possible. You are required to provide your workers with personal protective equipment, referred to as PPE, and safety supplies. Gloves must be worn at all time when inside a customer's home. Use disposable surgical gloves or gloves that are disinfected daily. Face masks must be worn at all time inside a customer's home, when riding in a vehicle with a coworker, and when working outside near other workers or customers. Workers must start each day with a new disposable or laundered cloth mask or face covering. Be sure workers cover both their nose and mouth when wearing a face mask. Stopping face touching is one of the keys to reduce transmitting infections. Hair ties, hairnets, or hats must be worn by each worker whose hair is long enough to get in their face. Facial tissues must be supplied for vehicles and brought inside customers' homes. Tissues should be used by workers as a shield between their hand and face to prevent direct face touching. When working closely with customers over 65 years old or with a serious underlying medical condition such as obesity, ensure workers use additional PPE and take extra precautions. In addition to wearing a face mask and gloves, have workers wear goggles and double wipe down surfaces for extra protection. Goggles must be sanitized prior to each shift, and we recommend you have workers also offer to wear goggles when dealing with customers who seem to be unusually stressed about having a stranger in their home. A room fan must be brought into a customer's home and used to increase airflow by opening windows and improving ventilation. Disinfecting wipes containing at least 70% alcohol must be used to wipe down any touched surface in a customer's home. You are required to set up a mobile hand wash station outside a customer's home, usually at a company vehicle, consisting of liquid soap, water, paper towels, and hand sanitizer containing at least 60% alcohol. Deep hand washing by vigorously rubbing hands together for 20 seconds with soap and water is proven effective for killing viruses. You are required to inventory thermometers. Prior to a shift, you must ensure that each worker undergoes a temperature and symptom check. Send home anyone with an elevated temperature or symptoms. Symptoms that indicate potential COVID-19 are one of the following: fever of more than 100 degrees, persistent cough, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing. Or two of the following symptoms: sore throat, chills or repeated shaking with chills, muscle pain, headache, new loss of taste or smell. Prior to a shift, verify and restock PPE in all vehicles. Require all workers to perform a deep hand wash. Assign an on-site safety officer and provide their name and cell phone number to all on-site workers. Prior to entering a home, while physically distancing outside, meet with all workers and ensure they wear required PPE. Use appropriate safety supplies and follow health safety qualified procedures. Ensure workers clean and disinfect items to be brought into the home, including tools, work bags, binders, phones, and iPads. In-home, ensure workers maintain a physical distance of 6 feet from any occupant and, when possible, from other workers. To boost customers' confidence, offer to provide them PPE such as goggles, gloves, and hats. Provide customers with your health safety qualified brochure and your company's customer and worker protection rules. During each break, when possible, have workers perform a deep hand wash and take their breaks outside. When not possible, use hand sanitizer. Ensure workers do as much work outside as possible, including assembly. Limit in-person meetings by using remote communications. When meeting in person, maintain a physical distance of 6 feet, even when collecting payment or signing agreements. Back away from the contract prior to the other person approaching it for signature. Always sanitize pens, credit card readers, or other shared devices before and after shared use. Prior to leaving a home, ensure workers disinfect all surfaces that they touched. When traveling in a vehicle, workers must wear masks when riding with any passenger. At the end of a shift, ensure workers disinfect the driver and passenger side of each vehicle, the inside and outside of all door handles, and areas they touched in the back. Primary duties of on-site safety officer. Ensure adequate quantities of PPE and safety supplies are brought to the worksite. Check each worker for elevated temperature and symptoms prior to their shift, and again if they leave the worksite and return. Send home anyone who has a temperature of more than 100 degrees or symptoms. While physically distancing outside, meet with all workers and ensure they wear required PPE, use appropriate safety supplies, and follow health safety qualified procedures. Check in on workers during the workday to ensure they're working in compliance with these standards. Establish a mobile hand cleaning and disinfecting station. Provide breaks during the workday for deep hand cleaning or disinfecting. During the workday, make sure workers maintain physical distancing, disinfect surfaces, and increase ventilation to enclosed work areas when possible. Provide each worker and customer with your company's customer and worker protection rules, which include your name and cell phone number. Quickly respond to and resolve any reports of violations of health safety qualified policies. Report violations to the Chief Safety Officer. Primary duties of Chief Safety Officer. Ensure adequate quantities of PPE and safety supplies are inventoried for all workers. Train all workers in health safety qualified standards and procedures. Assign and train an on-site safety officer if you are not on a job site. Post your company's customer and worker protection rules in high visibility locations. Update this document as your company's or health safety qualified policies change. Receive updates on health safety qualified standards and train your workers on any changes within 1 week of receipt. Quickly respond to and resolve any reports of violations of health safety qualified policies. Maintain a permanent written log of these reports and the resolutions. You've now completed a video overview of health safety qualified requirements for a company that sends workers to customers at their home. Next, please read the requirements document carefully. To earn health safety qualified, you must pass the requirements test, provide proof of PPE and safety supplies inventory and usage, and commit to follow health safety qualified standards, including periodic audits of your company's safety practices.